what a beautiful home we're at here today with Dr. Doug Needham. And you have lots of things to see at your home, and I think the viewers have seen some of those before, but today we're going to look at your turf grass, your yard.
Oh.
And you have a special grass out here, right? What do you have out here?
We do. This is Tahoma 31, which of course, as you know, is the newest Bermuda grass release from Oklahoma State.
That's right, developed right at Oklahoma State University. Dr. Wu and his team and many others worked hard to get this out, and now some sod growers have it across the United States. This particular patch of grass here was delivered from Riverview Sod Ranch over in Bixby, is that correct?
That's right, yes.
And when did they put this down for you?
This was put down just prior to Labor Day of 2017.
Okay, so it's been down a little while now,
So it's
right?
now at 2 years.
2 years. And boy, it just looks great. It looks beautiful.
Oh, thank
nice
you.
And green. And so what are some of the things that you really like about this grass? What do you like about this?
I love that it is so dense
Yeah.
and so fine bladed.
Yeah.
It feels fabulous under bare feet.
And that's important.
Well, we've had some garden tours this
Yeah.
year, and folks have really talked about the turf grass
Yeah.
when they would come, just how beautiful it is, how uniform it is, the smoothness of the surface.
Right. Yeah, it just kind of stands out here in this beautiful home you have
Oh,
here,
thank
right?
you.
And so obviously you have to mow this grass, you have to fertilize this grass, maybe give some key waterings, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How is it done for you as far as just the growth of the grass? Has it filled in nicely after being sodded in? Any trouble or anything like that?
It has filled in well because this was new construction.
Yeah.
There was certainly soil damage, and,
Right.
so it didn't necessarily have the best topsoil remaining, and so we did find that nutritionally the soil was low on all three major nutrients, N, P, and K, through a soil test that OSU did.
Right.
And so that really informed us what protocol to follow, and so Dr. Dennis Martin prescribed the different fertilizer that I should be putting down to help correct that deficiency
Right.
this year.
So we see that pretty commonly is a lot of times it's whether we have an older grass or a newer grass release, you start to have some problems. Well, you take a soil test and you find out, oh wow, some of my nutrients are deficient. So yeah, that's very important.
Yeah, because typically the fertilizer that a homeowner would be applying is primarily nitrogen on a lawn.
That's right, yeah.
And without that soil test, we wouldn't have known that it was quite deficient on phosphorus and potassium.
So you get that fertility fixed up, you put a little water on it, it starts to grow, right? And then you got to mow it.
We had to mow.
So we have a couple of mowers here, and tell us your experience about using some of these mowers you have.
Sure. So my traditional mower is a rotary, a 21-inch rotary mower, and that works great for that first scalping right at the beginning of spring. I set it down to its lowest notch and mowed the whole thing at 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
And then throughout say to the midsummer, I was mowing at 1 1/4 inches. But I wasn't real satisfied with the appearance. As we got into late summer, I was seeing a lot of the swirls from the rotary blade, and it just didn't have as beautiful appearance as I wanted to see.
That's one of the disadvantages of the rotary mower. As you get to a lower mowing height, you can start to see this. Actually, we did a little demonstration. We've got a nice little rotary circle there that we accidentally put back in the yard there, didn't we? So, boy, that's a challenge with these new grasses. Is obviously you are a pure horticulturalist, right? And so for you, this is your passion, and you enjoy working out.
I do.
Now, the thing is, though, you've actually been mowing this 3 times a week, correct?
Every third day.
Every third day, yeah. And so we wanted to test out a different mower just for kind of a demonstration for you. What do you think about this reel mower that we have, this fancy reel mower?
Yeah, so I mean, the greens mower, this reel mower, does a beautiful cut. Didn't see any swirl patterns, of course, because it doesn't have a blade going around and around in that direction. The cut is beautiful, but because the land is kind of sloped and undulating, it's a little difficult for me to manage, just because of the way that it is power driven by a drum rather than by tires.
That's right. So So that drum on the back starts to spin, and you get a little snake pattern,
Yes.
a little wiggling around there. So, hey, that's going to happen. So this is really something for a homeowner to be aware of, that this is a special grass really developed by OSU for high-end sports fields, for a lot of high-end use. Can a homeowner use it? Yes, they can.
Absolutely.
But some challenges exist for a homeowner, right? Especially when it comes to mowing. If you have a level yard, maybe it's a little bit easier, but if you have any undulations or anything, trying to mow it, and this is not one that we want to mow like at 2 or 2.5 inches, right?
No.
Right.
Yeah. The 1.25 inches is where we're essentially trying to maintain it.
Right.
And of course, from a breeding perspective and from a selection perspective, it was selected for even a much shorter mowing height than what a homeowner might do at 1.25.
Yeah. So all things considered, this is a beautiful lawn. It's a beautiful turf. It is some hard work, but the hard work pays off.
It does.
Yes.
It sure does.
Well, thank you, Doug, for showing us today. We really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. Good to have you.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.